It's Chrisanne. I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chrisanne and Jeff. And I've had a lot of people ask me, how do I store my stamps? So that's what we're going to talk about today. Really simple, easy ways to store your stamps. The first one is a portable way to store your stamps. So I am using a lot of Lavinia stamps right now, and I started off storing them in the Crafter's Companion. This is the small book. So it's a 3-ring binder book, and you can get these type of sheets that the stamps stick to, they cling to, or you can get magnetic sheets for your die cuts. So you buy these, the book separate, then the pages. So I started off with this small one. So that's how big it is. It's small. And I quickly outgrew it. So let me show you what I moved to. So I took all my stamps out of this, and I used to store the packaging right here. Normally this was sewed down. I just took a stick tripper and I ripped it apart, and I put those in there. So I would always have them there. But I outgrew this very quickly. So this is nice. It holds a lot. So I don't know, quite a few of these, and I had them filled with stamps. So you buy them either in packs of 3, 4, or 5. I can't remember. But that's the Crafter's Companion small one. So I graduated to the Crafter's Companion large. And the other thing that I want to say about these is they zipper. So that's why I invested in these, and they have a handle. So if I wanted to take this on the go, I have everything right here, and I keep one type of one company of stamps. So I'm going to put a different company of stamps in this smaller one. So I graduated to the bigger one. So this one has a handle as well. It's zippers all the way around as well. It's nice and gusseted. Here's how big this is. This is equivalent to a regular 3-ring binder. So let's see. So the inside pages are 11 inches by 8.5. Are the inside these white. Now this also you can get in this white that is cling and magnetic. I don't have any of the magnet ones. I didn't need any of the magnet ones because Lavinia stamps don't come have coordinating die cuts. So here's how I do mine. I arrange them in my mind according to what the category of the stamp is. So I have all my fairies. I have another page of all my fairies, and you can see I keep them according to sizes. I have more fairies over here. There's a couple stamps that I haven't gotten to yet. Don't worry, I very, very shortly will get to those. On the next page, I have some animals. So I have all my hares together. I have all my snails together. I have all my dragons together. And down here, I have my unicorns and Pegasus and horses together. So I'm keeping all my animals together, but I'm dividing them up. So over here, I have my deer and elk, my badgers, my foxes, my wolves. I have all my bugs here. I have the Wallace family here. I have a cat, I have a squirrel, and of course my crows down here. On the next page, I have all my trees. So I did put the green man in with the trees because he comes with leaves, but I have all different types of trees, and then I lumped my branches together as well. These very simply peel right off. No damage to the stamp, no damage to the book whatsoever. Just like you stick something to the acrylic block, you stick them right in here as well. So I have more trees that I haven't gotten to yet. I will this week. And on this page, I have some of my mushrooms. I have a couple more mushrooms that aren't right here because I was using them for something else. So these are my mushrooms. I left space because I'm going to be adding more mushrooms. Over here, I have my foliage. So here's how I divided it up. I have my flowers and my realistic foliage on this side. On this side, I have my very ethereal foliage over here, my non-realistic. My fairy world foliage is over here. And then we have a variety of vines. Once again, I have my realistic vines. I have my fairy world vines. My whimsical vines are on this side. One of my favorite stamps, has a lot of use. I can clean my stamps. I have the Brutus Monroe chamois that was gifted to me. And so I can clean them. I actually find that this type of polymer that the Lavinia stamps are works better if it's a little bit dirty. And I can kind of go back and say, oh, I really like to use this color with this stamp. I like to use this color with this stamp, but this one I like in this color. I kind of like that. I do tend to stick to the same color families for very specific stamps. On this page, I don't have a lot of fairy dwellings, but I have 3 right there. And then I have some celestial things here. On the next page, I have all my aquatic things. So I have all my swimming things on this side. So we have Sebastian, we have fish, we have the mermaids. But over here, I keep the foliage that I use when I'm doing my aquatic visions. So this one may not be an aquatic one for somebody else, or this one, to me it is. And yet you can see the colors that I do like to use them in. Of course, I have my bubbles here too. Here I have my Halloween stamps. I'm going to be adding to this too, but you can see I've left space. So there's a blank page here, so I can add things here. There's a lot of blank pages here because I'm planning to get more. And then in the very, very back, so all I have to do is flip to the back, is where I keep all my word stamps, all my sentiments, or my word background stamps, all right here. Super easy. This is very accessible. I can close it right up, I can zip it up, and I can take it on the go. I am somebody that travels and goes to different events. I do normally, I do like to travel. So this would be something I would bring. That's why I kind of started with the small one, thinking, oh, the small one's a little easier to travel and bring. But you know what? This isn't that much of a big deal because I can put this in my backpack and it's not a big deal at all. Bring a few ink pads and some paper and boom, we've got the whole kit right here. Because if you look, I can do a stitch ripper right here, remove all this, and I can put a whole bunch of paper right here. So it's a whole little kit for me. This was an investment. It's Crafter's Companion, but I have to say I'm super excited that I invested in this. I do not have to search for which fairy do I want to use because I have them all in categories. I know generally what it is that I'm going for, so I flip to the page. I leave this open by my desk, right to the right of me. I'm right-handed, so this is directly to the right side of me at my desk at all times. And if I know there's going to be a couple of days I'm not going to stamp, I close the book up and I leave it closed. So it's always sitting right here by my right-hand side. So this is how I use storage for my Lavinia stamps. My Lavinia stamps are my primary go-to right now. Am I using other stamps? Absolutely. I'm always using stamps. Let me show you how I store some of my others. So let's get this out of the way and put it right back where it lives on the right-hand side of me. The other storage is these Ariel pockets. So you can get these, and here's what I do is I do keep the packaging. I know a lot of people like to print off and put the name up here. I don't. I like to keep the packaging because a lot of times there's ideas, not that I need ideas, but there's ideas on the back, and sometimes there's information on the back that I may need about this stamp set. So I keep my packages all together. I also keep my die cuts in this envelope, and if there's any masks that I have created, I keep that in the envelope as well. I do have some stamps that I keep in here. I keep the lawn fawn packaging here so I know what is the name of the stamp. I keep my die cut on a little piece of magnet, and I'm using the magnetic vent covers and they're from, I don't remember if they're from Lowe's or Home Depot, but you get 3 of them in here. They are long, and I just take simple scissors, I cut them up, I put them in there, so this little guy isn't going anywhere. So I have my stamp, I have my die cut, I have my packaging information, and if I've gone ahead and made a whole bunch of die cuts, I stick those in there as well. So all I have to do is stamp it and make my card and go. The other thing that I like to do is if I get stamps and it comes with die cuts, it comes with other coordinating stamps, and maybe it comes with a press plate, I keep all of that together in one envelope. So this stamp set coordinated with this stamp that came with this press plate, and you got this one with this, and then hey, I had made a bunch of extra ones. I keep all of this together as a little kit in this. So for the most part, I take the original packaging and I keep it. Sometimes I trim them down, but this one, it doesn't go above the top flap. And there's some information there. Do I need the inspiration of that? No, but I teach. So maybe some of my students would find that to be of inspirational. So I keep that all together. So here we have some lawn fawn ones again, and I keep all these little die cuts in here. There's a whole bunch, and they stay right there. So here we go. It's super easy. And here's another one. So these are the ones from Michael's. So I have all the components all together here in this one envelope. Once again, more of the lawn fawn. Here's a Jane Davenport one. It doesn't have coordinating dies, but I just kind of stuck it in there, and here's the Jane Davenport information all together. Here's a Bo Bunny one. It's right there. I don't have the time or the patience to type up a little thing to put right there. So where do you get these? The Crafter's Companions. You can get those on Amazon, the Avery L envelopes. You can get, I've talked about her before, Patty at delbellosdesigns.com. Check her out. She sells different sizes of the Avery L envelopes. And of course, she sells the Lavinia Stamps. And if you're interested in any of my artwork, contact me at Elemental Energies with Chrisanne and Jeff. My artwork is on the website, chrisanne-jeff.com. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope this gives you a little bit of an idea of how to store all these great stamps. So have your stamps handy, because then you're going to use them. So enjoy. Have a good one. Thanks for tuning in, and be free.